October 27, 1962. The world stood on the edge of annihilation. Nuclear missiles were aimed, armies were mobilized, governments prepared for the unthinkable. But what almost ended civilization wasn't a missile launch from Moscow or Washington. It was a decision made deep beneath the ocean by 3 exhausted men trapped inside a Soviet submarine. For 13 terrifying minutes, the fate of humanity hung in the balance. The Cuban Missile Crisis had pushed the Cold War to its breaking point. The Soviet Union had secretly deployed nuclear missiles to Cuba, just 90 miles from the United States. When American spy planes discovered them, President John F. Kennedy ordered a naval blockade. For 13 days, the world watched as 2 nuclear superpowers stared each other down. One mistake, one misunderstanding, one wrong decision could trigger World War III. But while world leaders negotiated above ground, another drama was unfolding far below the waves. Unknown to the Americans, 4 Soviet submarines were approaching Cuba, and each carried a secret weapon, a nuclear torpedo. Then came the explosions. American destroyers had detected B-59 and began dropping practice depth charges. The Americans intended them as warning signals, but the Soviet crew didn't know that. Inside B-59, chaos erupted. The submarine rocked with every blast. Equipment rattled. Tempers flared. Some officers feared the worst. Nuclear war might have already begun. Captain Valentin Savitsky reached a terrifying conclusion. The Americans were attacking. The Soviet Union could already be under nuclear assault. And if that was true, he believed they should strike first. Savitsky ordered preparations to launch the submarine's nuclear torpedo. Unlike the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, this weapon carried a yield powerful enough to devastate an entire naval task force. If launched, it would likely destroy nearby American ships, including aircraft carriers. The consequences would be immediate. American commanders would almost certainly interpret the attack as the beginning of Soviet nuclear aggression. Retaliation would follow. Within hours, missiles could be flying across continents. Tens of millions could die. But Soviet protocol required authorization from 3 senior officers aboard B-59. 2 immediately agreed. The captain voted yes. The political officer voted yes. Nuclear launch appeared inevitable. Then one man spoke up. His name was Vasili Arkhipov, the submarine flotilla commander. Unlike the others, Arkhipov refused to authorize the launch. He argued that they had no proof war had started, no confirmation from Moscow, no certainty about the Americans' intentions. A heated argument followed. The submarine remained trapped underwater. Explosions continued outside. The pressure was immense, but Arkhipov held his ground. Minute after minute, he resisted calls to launch. Finally, after approximately 13 crucial minutes, Arkhipov prevailed. The nuclear torpedo remained unfired. Instead of launching, B-59 surfaced. American ships surrounded the vessel, but there was no nuclear war. Not that day. History often celebrates presidents, generals, and world leaders. But on October 27, 1962, civilization may have been saved by a single man in a cramped submarine thousands of miles from home. Vasili Arkhipov's name remains largely unknown, yet his decision may have prevented World War III. For 13 minutes, the fate of humanity rested in his hands, and he chose restraint.